guys, and welcome to my channel. Many people are very surprised to find themselves in a situation of domestic violence. And for those of you who don't know what domestic violence is basically toxic abuse that happens within the confinement of a romantic relationship. So with your partner or your significant other. All right. And this is typically taking place, under the roof of the household. And of course it can be and happen out in public or anywhere. But, this is two lovers or two people in a relationship with each other that typically is experiencing physical abuse. All right. Although there are many other kinds of abuse, and we'll get into that in a moment. All right. So I wanted to make this video, guys, to give you some signs that you can look out for when you're dating someone and scoping them out, when you're trying to figure them out, or even if you feel like the situation is turning toxic in your relationship, you're noticing some negative behaviors, abusive behavior from your partner towards yourself. These are some signs that this person will eventually be hitting you. All right, so let's talk about this. And my disclosure before I get into this is I'm definitely not making this video to minimize any of the other abuses that happen in a relationship: emotional, financial, psychological, verbal, for instance. All right. Sexual. I'm not trying to minimize any of those. All right. Just want to make a specific video to help people kind of be proactive and to be armed with some information to help them increase their emotional maturity and their psychological or their psychology, intelligence, and then just having a better understanding of domestic violence. All right, because I really don't wish that on anybody, and I myself am a survivor of domestic violence. So I've been there and I've done that, got out of it, and I'm thriving in my life now, and of course, but just my way of giving back are to make videos like this. All right. So let's talk about these signs, guys. Number one on my list is if this person has alcohol and drug issues. Alcohol and drug issues is not uncommon for abusive people. Number one, they have a lot of hurt inside of them, and this isn't for you to be giving them empathy per se. And they're trying to deal with it, but they're just choosing toxic means to do so, right? So of course, turning to substance abuse is going to be one of the ways that the person thinks they are, the toxic abuser is think they are running from their problems, and is actually creating additional problems and making their plate even more heavier to begin with. So yes, alcohol and drugs are definitely a sign. If the person is having issues with those things, that they could become physically violent towards you. And I say this to say that people can drink alcohol to the level of blacking out, and then they'll say, they're losing all control, right? And they don't even remember the things that they're doing when they're under the control of these substances. And it brings out actually all their dark-sided features, and it can make a person more aggressive. So, if they already high-strung to begin with, and then they start having issues or turning to these substances, voila, now we have a person, that's increasing the odds that they will be, getting into fights. All right. Now, this goes along with the next thing that I want to say. They're already fighting other people. I found that in my situation, this person was very aggressive, and they were already getting in fights with other people outside of me. And it was only a matter of time before I got a taste of that, right? And you don't think it would be you, but, and it may be a progression. But yeah, if that's how they like to deal with, let's say, conflict resolution is, oh, I'm going to kick somebody's ass, I'm going to fuck them up for this or that. This type of mentality, they're highly likely to eventually go there with you when you push those buttons as well. okay? And we think that will be the exception. Well, no, I'm his girl, I'm his wife. And, women beat on men too, so I'm not, making it just gender specific here, all right, for my male viewers out there. But yeah, once you push those buttons and they feel backed in a corner and they're already fighting others, and that's how they deal with it, it's highly likely, guys, all right? And of course, that goes along with it someone who is short-tempered. You see, maybe they don't have quite a history, at least to your eyes, of being fighting other people all the time, but they have a short fuse. They don't know how to stay calm when someone is pushing their buttons, or if you do something that they don't like, or you notice it with their interactions and other people. And the person has a short fuse, a short temper. They don't know how to control it and stay calm, when people are doing things they don't want them to do, or that goes against them, or they feel goes against them, because there's a lot of perception there. All right. And then we're also looking for a person that's just physically aggressive to begin with. And that kind of ties with the person that chooses to use fighting as a means to express their dislike for something or to settle the score. So if the person is already naturally physically aggressive in things, if they're already grabbing on your arms, already doing little pushes, little or big, they're already touchy-feely when they're expressing their anger. It's already touchy-feely. And I say touchy-feely because not quite a punch or a slap yet, but they're getting closer and closer, because I find that it is typically progressive, all right? If this person has a history or a criminal record of simple assault or, those type of charges, they're already been found guilty of physically harming other people. Not to say that people can't change or that everybody is a repeat offender of it. It increases the odds that, they could end up being that way with you. If someone's ordered them to take an anger management class, a lot of times it kind of goes hand in hand with people who have been convicted of simple assault or any type of assaults towards other people. And the judge may force them to take anger management as a part of, trying to help them work through their short temper, and their aggressions. All right. So if they have that on their record, and they'll probably try to make you feel like, what, I had just cause to do this to someone else. They did that to me and I did this. But just, or they say, oh, I've worked on myself and I may be different, and maybe that may be the case, but just be careful and be mindful is all I'm saying with that. All right. And, a little bit of what I was already saying, if they're already abusive in other ways, the ways emotional, verbal, psychological, financial, drop my pen, it's possible that it could escalate to physical, because they're already not respecting your boundaries. They're already, hold on, God. They're already violating you in other ways, sexual abuse. They're already violating you in other ways. It wouldn't be so far-fetched to think that they would be hitting you next. And what I've noticed in a lot of situations is progressive. They start out doing something, and then over the years, even over the months, shoot, it could be even over the weeks in some situations, that mask really drops and that monster really comes out. Okay, guys. The other thing here that I want to point out is if you find that this person has a controlling nature about them, because that is very true with abusive personalities. They think that they are controlling their environment by being out of control themselves, if you will, but they feel like they own the people in their lives. They're not seeing people as people, individuals, is just something that I own and I'm going to control. So if you see that this person is already trying to be controlling to you in other aspects of your life, it's not far-fetched, you know, that abusive mentality would begin to extend to physical violence one day. All right. So I just wanted to make this video, guys, to put this out there, because a lot of people really are surprised, you know, when they end up being in those shoes. And I also want to go back to physical aggressive. You know, let's just talk a little bit about that. We're talking about somebody that punching walls, punching holes in the things, breaking stuff. You know, I really want to point that out as well. If they already have a problem with that, and because right now they're taking it, they're using it on that external source. And what if they don't have it one day and it's just you, you know, or it elevates because you allow them to do that in your presence and over and over and over, and they're like, well, it's nothing for me to go to the next level with it, and that would be actually physically hitting you. Okay, so that is a big deal as well. This person, they might even break their own stuff, because when they're in a rage, they're not obviously in their rational, calm, cool, collected mind, if they ever are. But, you know, they're certainly not in that time, all right? So they'll break their own stuff, you know, create things that they can't even financially place, and then feel stupid for it. I've had all types of things happen, and I've talked to a lot of survivors, and, you know, I want you guys to be able to see these signs, all right? Because it really increases the probability at that rate that they will do this to you. All right. So take this information, as with any information I provide on this channel, to help you on your journey, guys. 500 videos here to help you understand narcissistic abuse, toxic relationships, and even positive ones, right? In our shadow work, psychology, and all types of things, guys. Playlists where you can easily find different topics. Great ways to support the channel is to always like and share and comment under my videos. I appreciate that, guys. All right, just keep doing the work. Information is below if you want to get up with me one-on-one, and I can help you in your personal situation. It's always fruitful. Nobody ever regrets getting coaching with Coach Lakia. From the first session, you will see results. All right, that is a promise to you. Just be willing to make that investment, guys. All right. So in the meanwhile, keep doing the work. And until next time, please take care.